Yeah, well, not really, but this motherfucker tried to grab my sniglets, bro. And in the graffiti world, bro, you don't grab another nigga's sniglets. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so this motherfucker, he's a contemporary of mine. He's old school. He's a very popular guy, well respected and all that. But I mean, these kind of motherfuckers, these guys have a type, Motherfucker, the white dude, pudgy guy, glasses, real needy, have fucking, teaching kids and kids tell them how fucking great he is and all that bullshit. So I was kind of surprised that this nigga asked for a hug. I go, a hug? BTP don't, BTB is not in the fucking hugging business, bro. That shit's crazy, And then, like, I was like, what the fuck? I mean, why would you do that, bro? Why would you ask another nigga for a hug like that? I mean, I understand this guy's plight because he has some issues, bro. But fucking thing is like this, bro. The thing is that, listen, bro, he asked for a hug, but in reality, man, I think that brother wanted to plant some petunias in my garden. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so this cat, it's just the way it is, bro. Because right away, when people think you're an artist and shit, like, because if you say you're an artist, right away people think you're sympathetic to the fudge packing business, that you're supporting the Keebler elves. You know what I mean? When it comes to dishing out that chocolate smash, that shit ain't going out. I don't dig that bullshit, bro. You could be an artist and still be fucking, macho like Frank Fanzetta and shit like that, bro. These motherfuckers weren't digging on that fucking Fruit Loop shit. Anyway, um, fucking hugs. Who the fuck? How you gonna ask a nigga for a hug and shit? The fuck out of here, bro. Shit. I never got hugged by my mother for good reason. Well, she would hug me during low light conditions, and so would my wife, bro. But you know what? That's because they didn't want to, they didn't want to see a nigga looking like a giant possum and shit. You know what I mean? Because that's how it goes, But, BTB kind of niggas that when your underwear get dirty, you just turn them motherfuckers inside out and wear them again and shit the next day. Anyway, fuck that shit. Here goes, bro. So back on the style tip, it's like the outline, like doing the outline within the outline, but like not just lines, like lines that add into the outline from the inside out and from the outside in, and then you start to get your three, you get your triple, double purpose lines going on here. This is just a R, like a whole, or it's a R. You can kind of see that when you peel back. They got the Immortal B2B on the top, the Old English S or House of Sowski, POP, Profits of Paint, SFN, Street Force Nation, DCU, Def Crime Unit, Core, Keep on Rocking. I even got a little Van Bude in there. But yeah, man, it's fun to add the funkadelics, bro. That's what I like to call them. When you got the gear work in there, you just add all them little funkadelics in there, and you get your wild style. You get your wild style nice and groovy, man.